It's 2 minutes after 11 o'clock. Welcome to Voices. It's Monday, June 3rd, 2024. And this is Jamster. I'm going to be sitting in for Socrates today. He couldn't make it today. And we want to acknowledge our sponsors for the first half of Voices, Flow, Rams, and TDC. We'll get a word from them, and I'll be glad to take your calls. And of course, I'll table a few issues, stories, and so on for your consideration. And we can take it from there. But of course, I'll open the phone lines, and you can call on any issue you so choose.
Stands with West Indies fans behind We Cricket. Be a part of the excitement when you sign up for any broadband or postpaid plan and get a chance to win a trip for two to an ICC Men's T20 World Cup match in Antigua. Get two chances if you sign up for both. Visit discoverflow.co to sign up or upgrade. Promotion ends June 15th. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, official telecom supporter of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup.
Company Limited, where you get more coverage for less.
And 6 minutes after 11 o'clock, and we are a go, and I have my first call. I have my first callers here, so let's get right into it. Voices, you're on the air. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so good morning.
Hey, what's up?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm feeling good, you know. Feeling good.
Which is good.
Yeah, and you know why I'm feeling good? I'm proud of the West Indies boys. How they are playing these days. And those guys who were there before these, they should have been doing what these guys are doing now. But it seems to me and to us that these guys here now, who are really representing West Indies and showing West Indian colors, they have a love for the game, a deep love, and a great passion for the game, and they're concentrating on the game. And so therefore they show up, those guys who were there for a long in this team and doing nothing. when you look at the teams who these guys are even beating in practice matches and even the competition match, look, everybody's supposed to feel great about their performance, and I'm happy for them. And it's a shame to see that now that these guys are representing West Indies the way West Indies used to be represented by the greats, we do not have not even one day of the match going to be playing Warner Park. And Warner Park is one of the cricket grounds that a lot of these international players love to come. They love to come because if you play on a dot ball and nobody stop it, you go for 4. So they love that. But you see, the man who they put in charge, the way he talk, he don't give the impression that he know anything about cricket. Because
who are you referring to? The minister?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when question was asked of him, he had some kind of Mickey Mouse excuse that Warner Park is not ready for those kind of matches. And that is totally untruth.
But Jamaica did the same as well. Well, Jamaica aren't having any games, and
Well,
I read a
Jamaica
story.
is bigger than here, and our ground is the best ground for the size of it. And there is no fault in our ground. None. Absolutely none. Not because I'm a kitchen. Our ground, a lot of international teams, they love to play in St. Kitts because they love the ground. You remember Jamaica? One time the Jamaica cricket pitch, doesn't matter what they did with it, it wasn't friendly. Even the spin them, the ball was going because the ground wasn't as good as ours.
Okay, I cricket sounds like physics sometimes. What's all that about? What is the ball? I hear these arcane conversations about. Explain why something about the ball spinning and the ground. What does that have to do? No, I mean I honestly don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to learn.
Yeah.
That's what I
try
mean.
something.
Yeah.
If a little bit of water, let's say rainfall, and the whole area is covered properly, and between the 2 wickets, there is a little wet spot on the pitch. You know that is a problem because that there can affect the bowling. If the ball happens to drop in that wet spot, so therefore, cricket ground has to be perfectly 180 degrees flat and smooth to take pace and spin. And if a ground cannot take common spin, you're not fit to play cricket on. That's all I got to say about it.
Okay.
Yes, so thank you very much for taking the call.
Okay. Please, and you know you're welcome anytime.
Okay, man. Anytime.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right, cool. Okay, boy, cricket is all that cricket stuff. I mean, I always hear people talking about, like that stuff he was talking, and I'm like, boy, it sounds like Greek. Yeah, so I guess the boy, our colonizers really did a good job with imprinting cricket on us, huh? I guess. Yeah, so in cricket, I realize cricket is religion around here. So let's see what's going on. I'm just awaiting your calls. In the meantime, I'll take a look at some stories here. Okay. Let's see what's going on here now. Now, as you guys know, a lot of things have been going on. We had the People's Action Movement had elections. I think it was yesterday, and we heard Azad Gums talking about basically the new executive. They elected Natasha Shani Gray as the new leader of the party, and I think Azad and Lincoln David Pell have been elected as deputy leaders. So that's interesting. So I guess you can say the party is entering a new chapter of sorts. Given the some of the people that have just been elected. I think Sheldon Pemberton was elected as, if I'm not mistaken, is it chairman or someone will call me and tell me. So congratulations to all the people who just won who just won the party elections. And I think I heard Azad saying that they were going to be ratifying the new executive at a further, I think the convention or something. So yeah, so we see how that turns out. Let's see. My friend Ewan up in the UK has sent me some stuff here. Interesting. So okay, so we'll take your calls. 4660989 7620989. And so what else is going on in the world? We have let's see. As we were talking about this morning, we have the start of the new hurricane season, which is predicted to be very busy, at the least. I mean, that's a nice way to put it. It's predicted to have a whole bunch of named storms, and many of which will be serious. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean the storms will make landfall, but yes, we have to think worst case scenario, I guess, and do all the things that we need to do to be prepared. Caller, go right ahead.
Yes, my friend Jamster. Good morning.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I'm not going to bad for my age. Carl Brown here. And good morning to the listeners home and abroad. But Jamster, I'm going to bring you some news, some developing news that is not in the media. Jamster, the question is it true that the Labour Party organized a foot soldiers meeting yesterday down at the Nemo building? And Jamster, would you believe that none of the ministers them showed up to that meeting? Up to after 6. The meeting was from 4 to 9 p.m. And up to 6 o'clock, none of the ministers them showed up. Then they receive a call to say cancel the meeting because none of the ministers would not there. Only to learn from sources, Jamster, that the ministers them was down Kitchen Hill having a time. Now, that is the foot soldiers meeting is something that they're doing every year. They had it last year. And there was lots of crying and pain and agony in that meeting when the foot soldiers them uttered their cries and things. They even bawled tears. Now, these foot soldiers them are still suffering the pain and agony under the government. They organized another one, and to see none of the ministers showed up, Jamster. They had to cancel the meeting in 2 hours and minutes. The other thing, Jamster, that is not in the news, we are asking the question, if it is true that a big Labour supporter house burned down in St. Paul's Friday morning around 2 o'clock, and up to yesterday, St. Paul's folks, Labour folks at that, calling me and complaining that the representative ain't show up yet to even have a talk or discussion, and to see the representative was in St. Paul's in Kitchen Hill yesterday and didn't even carry his team of ministers to the supporter. They said the supporter is also in the hospital with burns, and it's 2 of the property of that supporter burned, and the damages they claim is running about $100,000. You all could check with DJ Marisha, because DJ Marisha went there yesterday investigating the same matter. So you all will hear DJ Marisha on his show Wednesday night with it. The other thing, Jamster, that is not in the news, alleged information again coming to the grapevine. Or you could ask the question, is it true that Port Zante is considering letting go some of the maintenance that is working down there? And the other question to ask, if it is true that they told the security officers them that they are going to cut their salary because they're working for too much money. And the last thing, Jamster,
okay, go ahead.
the last thing is that when the tourism department is going to repair those toilets in the mall, now the season is slow, why are we still using the portable toilets outside the Pelican Mall? Why is it that there is no construction? And this was something from since last year. You all heard us complaining of the condition of those toilets. We are now into this year. The full brunt of the tourist season is now off. They are in the dull season. Why is it that there is no repair and no upgrade to those toilets in the malls, and we are still using the outside portable toilets? Yes, you could talk. No. Any suggestion? Any question?
Well, question. You said just clarification on the Port Zante issue concerning. You said tenants. You mean you
maintenance?
Oh, maintenance. Oh.
Yes, we are told that they are going to let go some of the maintenance. So we are asking the question if it is true that they are going to let go some of the maintenance. And if it is true that they told the security officers down there that they are working for too much money and they're going to cut their salary. Those are the questions we are asking.
Okay. So maintenance, I guess maintenance would be people, the maintenance.
Yes. The other thing, Jamster.
But wait, let me get clarified. Let's get something clarified. Maintenance is paid for by who? Is it like a
that is paid for by Port Authority. That
okay,
we understand.
But how can they?
Those are workers working for the Port Authority. That's what we are told.
So you're saying, so who is going to be laying off maintenance? The maintenance crew? Is it the Port Authority or is it the business?
To be the port. Also, Jamster, that you know that a lot of people in the mall down there in Port Zante or very high rent, and do you know it's alleged that a number of them was given letters to vacate the mall at a certain time, and we are told, alleged report, that one or two have left already, but the others refuse to move.
You're talking about the Pelican Mall.
Possibly don't have anywhere to go.
Now, Cal, you know we have no way of verifying any of this now, right? And
well, you could question the tenants in the mall because one or two of them don't make ways and means out.
So how is it these people always find you to hear these
I'm sorry you're not on the ground. You don't have no agent. You need to get some street agents to know what is happening on the street, on the ground.
I guess.
Yeah. But the foot soldiers meeting, we are told, was over 110 persons showed up yesterday. Foot soldiers at the meeting at Nima, and they were so embarrassed too. And there was lots of cussing and abusing in the yard after the meeting was cancelled after 6 because none of the ministers showed up.
So what were they doing at? Wait. What were they doing at Kitchen Hill?
Well, whatever function they had down at Kitchen Hill, the ministers, I am told by the labor agents in St. Paul that the ministers was there at Kitchen Hill yesterday.
Okay, well, as I said, we have no way of verifying any of this. I'm not saying you're making this up, obviously, but you know, the intrigue continues.
Yep, and we will now be looking forward to and then the pan conferences on Sunday to show their support and to announce the new executive and the new leader. So I hope going forward we'll see some action now in the People's Action Movement after Sunday's official conference. And shortly after that,
say that again.
we hope now our People's Action Movement, after Sunday's conference and the official launch and knowing to the world and the general public of the new leader and the new executive, that we will see some action now in the People's Action Movement, because that is what the people out here is crying for.
Okay.
They need to see some action coming out of the People's Action Movement.
Okay.
All right,
Okay. Okay, that's it for we had that call from Cal. We welcome your calls. I'm gonna take a break at this point and come back and take your calls. And you guys can also send comments, as the people who have my number know that they know where they can send comments as well. Okay, let me take this call before I go to the break. Caller, go right ahead. Voices.
Good morning, Jamster. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Hey, how are you doing?
Jamster, I have been listening to Win FM in recent times because we have to get the news all around and we really have to pay attention. Carl is not lying about the situation with the people having to vacate the Pelican Mall. I have a very dear family friend from many moons who I spoke to just Friday, and he said to me, I'll be leaving here. I had already heard the rumor about a lot of tenants who have not been paying their rents and all thousands of dollars, in some cases close to 100,000. I don't even know how that could have happened, because I always tell people, as a former banker, when you miss 1 month, you're going to have challenges with 2, and the rest will be history. So depending on what business you're into, you see, there are some of us who can run tabs for a couple thousands and just offload. Everybody cannot do that. That calls for discipline. Jamster, when
And
I
deep
speak
pockets.
this way, I know what I'm talking about because I'm talking from experience. There are those of us who can run a tab of 1 and 2 and 3,000. Not that we're not supposed to pay up front, on a monthly basis, but we can run such tabs, and all of a sudden one day we just say, you know what? Let me just go and pay 3,000 one time to this, bring it back to normalcy. Many people cannot do that because it calls for a lot of discipline, and I cannot overemphasize that strategy. If you know you cannot do it, don't attempt, because it's going to psychologically interfere with your brain power. And when the guy said to me he's going to be leaving, I said, well, you know that if you're renting this place from, the government or whoever is responsible, whether it's the port, you're expected to pay your rent and pay it every month. You can't stay here and don't pay the rent. I mean, I was very direct. What was I supposed to do? Give him false kindness, which is what is very prevalent in our society? No, we have to live with people and tell them what, they should be doing. Not that they don't know or supposed to know. But you see, a lot of ignorance is being played out right now in people's psyche. And they figure away ignorance is bliss. It is not folly to be wise. But it is folly to be wise, Jamster. People need to do the right thing. Otherwise, their lives are not going to get better off. Finances call for a lot of discipline. Jamster, everything I tell you is where I live. And if people do it, it will be fine. There is no magic wand. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. It is all by design, and you have to engineer the brain power to do it on a monthly basis, make sacrifices, forego certain things. Trust me, Jamster, I used to travel a lot to the States prior to 2006. And when I decided to do certain things to make sure the future would look brighter, I stopped traveling. I know everybody is not the same, and I'm not telling everybody to be like me, but I'm just simply saying when you want to do certain things in life, you have to make the necessary sacrifices, and you have to do them and have no regrets, because you're supposed to see the bigger picture of success. It's the right thing to do. It's not about gossiping. That's one scenario. The other scenario is the bigger picture about ensuring your life can go in the right direction. And Jamster, that's my little 2 cents.
Yeah.
These people at the mall, they're saying they have nowhere to go. You have to be forward thinking. The place doesn't belong to you. You're renting. Those of us who own properties, we have to do everything in our power to safeguard them and keep them. Those of us who are the banks, and have to pay big bucks every month. We have to make sure we know where the money is coming from. It has to be sure. It cannot be 99%. It has to be 100% because the bank is looking for the full payment. If 1 cent is short from that loan payment, you're delinquent. Do you understand me, Damster?
Let me ask you a question. Do you know, can you confirm what Cal said about the foot soldier gathering at?
I have no idea because I've not been following the labor movement shenanigans in a major way. But I would not be surprised if something like that has happened because I have strongly been of the view that it's not about the people anymore. That is something that I've come to recognize. It is not about the people. And it is very sad because the people are the ones who put them in office, including me, Gwyneth Byron. We put them in office, Jamster. And so therefore we should not be sugarcoating and playing, the footsie game with our politicians.
You know,
cannot always be about some drama and then somebody is trying to cover up. We cannot continue to live this way, Jamster. It's not right. It's a clear case of disrespect to the populace, the foot soldiers, as they want to call them, and also the people who supported them because they were given a great opportunity to run the government, hands down. Let us don't sugarcoat this thing, Jamster. They were given a great opportunity to run the government hands down after the demise of the Team Unity government. And what I see happening right now is just crazy. I mean, I didn't expect this to be happening. Maybe this is why I've been voicing forward and blogging like crazy. And everybody is into this fear-mongering mode. No, we should not be fearful of the people who are supposed to be working for us. And Jamster, we have to have a clear conscience. I keep saying I'm a child of God. He engineers a lot of good things in my life. People need to leave Satan alone and put God in the mix. Have a good day.
Okay. All right. And it's funny. You know what came to mind before I go to the break? You know what came to mind when she said, "It's not about the people anymore." I thought about the great book by George Orwell, which we did for English literature. Animal Farm. A lot of you, I gave you guys some homework last week. I told you guys to look up grifter and extrapolate and apply it to just the way our politicians behave around here. Well, those of you who never read Animal Farm, maybe you should read it, and you should also read some think pieces on that book, and you'll understand what that book is about. Because some of you might read the book and take it literally, not realizing it's supposed to be allegorical, right? So, those of you who never read Animal Farm, read it. George Orwell is the writer. Oh, another good book you guys should read by him is 1984. So, 2 books. Animal Farm, 1984. So, I'm going to take a quick break and come back. Then Voices will continue.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is WIN FM.
Shopping with TDC just got much easier. Here's how. Log on to shoptdcgroup.com. Shop at your convenience at any time, from anywhere, with your smartphone, tablet, or computer. With our safe and secure payment checkout, you choose the option to pick up in-store or have your goods delivered right to your door. It's that easy. Shop tdcgroup.com, your one-stop online store.
Shop anywhere, shop anytime, same quality you love. Now online. Shop www.shoptdcgroup.com.
Flow stands with West Indies fans behind We Cricket. Be a part of the excitement when you sign up for any broadband or postpaid plan and get a chance to win a trip for 2 to an ICC Men's T20 World Cup match in Antigua. Get 2 chances if you sign up for both. Visit discoverflow.co to sign up or upgrade. Promotion ends June 15th. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, official telecom supporter of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot magnum and when me have in a me hand there. Give her a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah, yeah. Right now a magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
And we go back to the phone lines. It's 11:33 and Voices continues. Call up Voices. Go right ahead.
Yeah, Jam, so culture here again, you know.
Hey.
Yeah, since my neighbor, my good villager, call her name, good morning, Gwyneth. The only thing that I can add to Gwyneth input is amen, period. Now, Jamster, how could anybody expect to use rent somebody thing or place or whatever it is? It's an agreement you, the tenant, and the owner made. How the money going to be paid, whether monthly, weekly, or daily, or what? And if you cannot pay in a month, go and meet with the owner, and you all sit down and make out some kind of arrangement. At least you pay what you can afford. And you do not let a month run up and pass, and you say, well, I get away with that day and throw me out. And you see the next month coming up, and you know you don't make no preparation to put something aside to go and pay them, to show them that you're willing to pay, but the money ain't coming in. But now you're going to say, well, I get away the first month, and the second month coming up, and they ain't rushing me, so I'm going to continue until you reach up to Mount Loy height. That is not right. Wrong is wrong and right is right. And don't put politics in the bell. I vote for this party here, so me ain't gonna pay. A lot of people have that kind of notion in their head. I was their campaign manager. I was this. I hear one individual say that they wasn't gonna pay for the property because they were the campaign manager for that area. Man, that is wrong. And they lose the property. Now, suppose all those bus drivers and taxi operators carry people every day in the vehicle. And when they reach their destination, they come out and they smile and they go and no money there. Can the driver go in the gas station, by the gas pump, open his tank and look in, peep in and he go full up? No, he ain't going to full up, Jam, so it's money to full it up. So you can't carry people because you know them and they know you and all they're giving you when they jump out. He ain't going to work so. And good morning, my brother Carl. Carl, I don't think you remember this, you know. What the foot soldiers them should have think about, I think they should have chartered an American airline plane and keep the meeting in there. Then absent, they would have been in there because they love plane. They are plane and not on the ground. Thank you for that little time you give me again.
Okay. Yeah, so as we continue, so keep the calls coming. Yeah, I mean, and you know, if I'm not mistaken, I know that the rents. The last time I heard, I know the rents at say Pelican Mall and so on, it's pretty cheap. So you know, it's makes you wonder if you're gonna let rent like that get out of control to the point where you're up to these kind of crazy numbers, you know. I mean, and the thing is that type of rent is heavily subsidized. You know, it's a government building and so on. Caller, go right ahead. Voices.
Jamster, Carl here again.
Hey.
Jamster, do you know the booths them down the terminal also? Lots of them down there have them rent out, collecting 3 and 4 times the rent the government charging them, and they still ain't paying the government. And they're up in the thousands in light, water, and rent.
Wow.
Do you know less than 10 people down the terminal is up to date?
Wow. How do you know all this stuff?
I tell you, you all need agents on the ground. And do you know the Minister of tourism had a meeting with them a few weeks ago, and a number of them admitted that they owe these lads some of rent. You see, they're not giving all of these things in the news. Marsha Henderson, the Minister of Tourism, had a meeting with the people at the terminal a few weeks ago concerning the large bill of not paying, and you wouldn't believe the rent is less than $200 a month.
Yeah, I was just telling someone that I didn't know exactly what the rent was, but I knew
well, it's less than $200 a month, and that's being so.
Oh, that's even less than I thought.
Decade now. Decade. Right? There was no increase in the rent in decades. And they should have taken advantage and use up the good opportunities they have. And you know, I always complain that a lot of the boots them down there look too tacky to say it's so near the port. Both port of entries into St. Kitts. Down there look too tacky. There should be more upgrade, more modernized of those boots there, and more enhancing to attract visitors, locals, and everybody else. Down there too tacky and too ghetto-y for right there about thing. You just don't put down on your bus terminal. You just don't put down your air condition thing to relax and go on the boats them and thing. You just don't put down a second pier and that sort of thing. And down there look so tacky and so ghetto-y. I gone, jam stuff.
Okay, great. So I had a little friend of mine just teasing me, was telling me, don't let Cal Brown let you get to jail, but at least one of his accounts was corroborated, so that's good. And I don't think Cal is going to be calling here and talking about stuff that isn't happening or didn't happen. So, not saying he can't go off the reservation at one time or other, but so far I don't think he's gone off the reservation, right, Cal? Okay, so keep your calls coming. So I think I wanna go through we went through this on Island T this morning. Kay did a good job of going through the hurricane checklist. But you can't put too fine a point on this kind of stuff. It's June 3rd. The hurricane season got started on what would that have been? Saturday, yeah. So some of the things that you guys should be doing, including me, make sure you have cash on hand, because you never know. Like I live where I live, it gets kind of annoying, the fact that, for example, the gas station where I live you can't use card, so I always have to have cash if I wanna buy gas there. And that could be annoying, and I could see how that could be a problem during just after a storm. For example, if maybe the network, the computer network might be down, the internet might be down, and you can't use a card. So it's good to have cash on hand. So that's the first thing on the list. I'll try and make my way through the list as the show goes on. 11:41 voices. Go right ahead. Okay, call back. Voices, go right ahead.
Yeah, Jamster. Me again.
Yeah, hey.
Now, a couple of months ago, there was a lot of big talks on the radio when certain the constituencies were having problems with water. And the big talk on the radio every day from ministers and even the person who responsible for providing these portable water tanks, water system. what's going to happen? Somebody going to come and put up a stand and they're going to install the fittings and everything. No. If everybody who deserved to get a water tank had gotten one, that situation for you in St. Paul's, even though the government pipe had locked off, at least they would have the cistern out in the yard where so it is with water that they could dip out and throw on those for you in the yard. But absolutely no water tank, no water cistern was there for that individual. And it's politics between it. I know how we go. I know the belly and the guts of that situation there. The belly and the guts of that situation right there where the fire took place. I know. But I will have to talk to you one-on-one to show you deep down in the belly, that situation around the area. But come back to the water tank. If they never politicizing the distribution of the tanks, who's supposed to get and who not to get, because you ain't backing me and you ain't going to get none, and you backing me, so you're going to get. The people that would have water to out the fire. No, the one of the owner of the place here in the hospital, and he's my good friend. Good friend. As a matter of fact, when my fan them go bad, he down there go over here and he fix them.
So let me ask you.
Great the man is. He a good mechanic.
Let me ask you, that fire, which station would have serviced that fire? Which fire station?
The closest one to that fire, I think, is Sandy Point. I don't know if Debe has a fire station, but another they have a police station. But, and I mean, from Sandy Point to St. Paul's, with a big truck full of water, it's going to take a couple of minutes, really. But at least...
I know when I was a kid, they used to have a fire truck in Deep Bay. Because I used to spend summers there with my grandparents and so on.
Oh, you went there to me too?
Huh?
You get summers and you went there?
No, I mean in Deep Bay. I used to spend time in, my family in Deep Bay. So I remember there used to be a fire truck.
Now, you look here. When I was a little boy going to school, that time the fire station was right down to the east of the square. Just in the yard there where the courthouse is, where the Libyan courthouse is.
Yeah, so I heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, and they had a Land Rover Jeep with a tank inside of it, always full of water. So when there's any fire, you find that they would reach the area before those big heavy trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So at least if that was still around, anyone like that system, at least that Land Rover could have reached there and out the fire.
And
but
then
the water tank business, they need to stop politicizing these things. People are in need of these things to store water. And especially this kind of heat that we got global. The least thing like a spark are close enough. Even if you have one of these, what do you call them? These, some kind of glass, when you focus it, when you put it out in the sun, and according to how high or low you put it down.
A magnifying glass.
Right, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Even a piece of glass bottle, and it out there in the yard, and it depends on how high it is from the ground, it could create a fire, and everybody should have water in the place. Now, I do not know if they give any information on the radio that the water from the government pipe. Well, if they did, everybody should have stored some water to whatever it is and for their use. But if they did not do it and they just go like off the pipe, they're wrong. Inform the people. Because water is very, very essential to people. We need it. And all them tanks, what they say, the 100 tanks, what they say they had to give out, they ain't give out all that. And I know people up St. Peter's who need tank for animals and the home, and they ain't get none. Because what? They ain't vote for who wanted them to vote for them.
Well, I'm certainly...
So the politics aside, man.
Yeah, we certainly...
Put it in that, eh?
We certainly not waiting around on them. We went and we got our own tank, so...
that's good.
Nobody wants to wait around on these jokers.
Let me tell you, you see me? if that had come before I put my wheel in the shop, I would have built a car system in the back of my yard. But the money is still there, so I can pay my nephew to build a concrete system. I'm going to pay my nephew. He's my nephew and he need pay. I ain't going to work him because he's my family. I ain't in that. When people work, they must be paid. Oh, and another thing again about the traffic this morning. I heard the police when she said that court does inquire from you whether you have a license, permit or what. Now, if Jamster you go down by courts and you buy a motorcycle, you pay for your motorcycle, spot cash right away. Then courts ain't supposed to be responsible to ask you if you got a license or permit. But if you're going to trust it from court, then courts must know whether you insure a license or whatever it is before you go with the property. Because you're going with court's property. But once you don't pay for it and go with it, that is yours. And the police now supposed to make sure that you got a permit or license before you go up on the road with that. So that is the way I look at it. Thanks very much.
Okay, great. Okay, this is a good time to take a break. It's 12 minutes until midday. So we're going to take a quick break and hear from our sponsors, Flow, Rams, and TDC.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9 Win FM.
Flow stands with West Indies fans behind We Cricket. Be a part of the excitement when you sign up for any broadband or postpaid plan and get a chance to win a trip for two to an ICC Men's T20 World Cup match in Antigua. Get two chances if you sign up for both. Visit discoverflow.co to sign up or upgrade. Promotion ends June 15th. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, official telecom supporter of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup.
The perfect smart start for their future with CHIP, the child investment plan from TDC Financial Services. Invest in your child's next step, and we know what's next is always changing.
CHIP, CHIP, CHIP. We want to get CHIP, CHIP, CHIP.
CHIP is a long-term plan with no minimum deposit, no monthly commitment, and you're guaranteed a special high interest rate per annum.
I want CHIP. I want CHIP too.
Visit TDC Financial Services today and get CHIP, the child investment plan, providing the best head start for every child.
CHIP, CHIP, CHIP. We want to get CHIP, CHIP, CHIP.
And I go back to the phone lines. It's 11:51. Voices, you're on the air.
Good morning, James. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fine. You see, you run your man on the ground, jam down. Did I get it before it hit the ground?
Well, he's probably.
So maybe you could get not you, Win FM too.
Maybe he's still doing self-imposed penance. I don't know.
Well, it depends on. There's a limit to how much people could take, you know. Maybe your level is different to his.
No, but I just told him that next time he calls, he's gonna have to call Lavi and apologize. But I don't find that to be particularly stringent or unreasonable.
supposed to?
And he hasn't called since, so.
Who he supposed to apologize to?
Laverne Gums. Oh, by the way, listeners, Laverne's show has moved to Wednesday night. So it's Wednesday night from 8 to 9, starting this week. So not Mondays. It's Wednesday nights from 8 to 9. So if Jam Down wants to, if he wants
suppose
to.
you talk to Laverne herself.
No, he
I
needs,
don't know what it was, eh?
Well, he made the cuss word very public, so he can make the apology public as well. Reasonable?
Yeah, but sometimes you think, when we hold up, you could apologize to Laverne.
Not you actually condoning people
I'm
coming.
not condoning anything. I'm just saying, right?
Adults coming on the ear and swearing. I mean, come on.
He's very high-spirited, you see.
Well, he needs to, I don't know, he needs to curb his
Maybe you could talk
enthusiasm.
to him personally. Have you spoken to him? I just avoid you.
No, I haven't seen him since, but I just told him, I said, you're just going to have to apologize before you come back on. So maybe he thinks he's too big to apologize. Maybe he's just doing some more self-imposed penance. I don't know.
Anyway, have you ever read the book Ruler and Haruna?
Say again?
Ruler
Mm-hmm.
in her Hiroona. Ruler in Haruna.
No.
It is similar to Animal Farm. You must try and get it.
Who wrote that?
It's a Caribbean
Okay.
novel.
No, I never read that. I'll have to go look for that.
You will laugh at this gentleman. I think he was a stevedore or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he was looking at a politician. And he said, well, look, I have to work so hard and I can get nothing. I going to become a politician. I don't even know if he could have read, but he does decide, look, if I'm stuck to be a politician and living, I tired of this work. So he got some clues and he began to dress up. And every funeral, he go to every funeral at bawling long tears, You ask him who dead, he say, yeah, no. He don't know who dead, but he bawling out his heart. And that is what happened to a lot of us. We are easily caught. And sometimes it's true. Sometimes you can't vex with the man. He working for me, time me born till now. Getting nowhere, and you see people just come and turn politician and own half of the country.
Yeah.
Now, let me say something about I must congratulate Shani. I was quite impressed with her during the campaign. She and
I was
Jeffrey.
too. I was, yeah.
She and Jeffrey, they said they don't pick up other, they communicate. Now, that is a kind of strange character for our kind of politician.
Oh, that's a good
And
strange, though.
even Jackie was not like...
That's a good strange.
You didn't hear him?
Yeah, I like that kind of stuff.
I like that. Because this thing about demonizing and tearing down people's character and so. And the aggressiveness of some people. I admire her for that. Jackie too. Jackie was not attacking because they are from Newtown. In fact, Shani and Jeffrey on the same block. He on one end by Cathy Alley and she by the other end. And it says a lot. Because if both of you come from parties that are antagonistic historically to each other, and you could say, I am not going to go on the platform and tear down Jeffrey to satisfy my supporters. So for that reason alone, I support her.
Okay.
Now the next thing, I think too many of our politicians go into government with no idea as to how the economy works. Even some of the departments. Now, I recall some time ago, way back, Hamilton was asking to be allowed to visit and talk to some of the people. So he could get an idea as to what exactly each department or unit does, and he was denied. Because he's working out sometime with some of the new ministers.
Wait. Let me get this straight. You're talking about Minister Hamilton?
Hamilton Eugene from
Yes,
Carolina.
and he was denied by who?
By Denzel Douglas. Well, he wrote to the different departments, eh?
But
like you got the planning unit and you got the different departments, so that they could get an idea. Because in each party, you're supposed to have shadow ministers. You read that, right?
Yeah.
The person, and even they don't have candidates yet. You get people to understudy, assign them to a certain department, so you won't have people making vague statements.
Mm-hmm.
So you have this thing where they have no idea of the actual working of ministries or the duties. They have a vague idea. So when they go in, they make a lot of mistakes because they lack, And that goes for our time when we criticize the minister. They don't know any better, They don't know any better. So you have people under them or around them who lead them astray. And so they end up making some serious mistakes. So that go for all Labour, PAM, UPP, all kind of PP, PPL, Davis one, Understudy. Because the worst thing is to have ignorant people trying to do business. That's why they make so many mistakes. Now this MSR thing, I don't know what I think about it. But one thing let me say first, the Bible says, what done in darkness must come out tonight.
I think if you can read between the lines, I think I pretty much stated what I felt about that when I told people to go look up the word grifter.
Yeah, by the way, how can one access the court document? Is it on somebody's page also? Because I would like to hear the contents. Would it be illegal to? You could ask James.
I will ask. I'll ask Azad. Yeah.
And I learned there's another IMF report, IMF consultation. I heard Jeremy. I think Jeremy said having a meeting in Washington today.
Mm-hmm.
Because they made some statements, recommendations, and so. But if people talking to you all the time and you're not paying attention, you can't turn and blame people. I recall a long time they said, set up a sovereign growth fund. That's way back. The money coming in, put aside some.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, nobody can tell us what to do and whatever.
Okay, Sylvian, it's midday. That's a great.
I don't know if you could. If you could John on the IMF report and read something.
Yes, that's a great point.
Consultation from March.
Okay, that's a great point to end on. Yes. Okay.
All right then.
All right, great. Okay, we have headline news coming up next, and our voices will return right after the headlines.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts?
It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Bastia in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness, it's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoy the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king.
Please drink responsibly.
The police have made significant progress in a number of recent incidents in the Federation, including the May 24th homicide in Nevis. Law enforcement officials announced that Raphael Wallace, 32 of Hamilton, Nevis, has been formally charged with murder and attempted murder. The charges stem from incidents on May 24th at Poinciana Drive, Hamilton, which resulted in the death of Joelle Huggins of Hamilton and left her brother Julian Huggins seriously wounded. Wallace was charged on June 1 at the Cotton Ground police station. Additionally, the police have laid 3 charges against Alexander Samuels of Connery Village, St. Kitts. He has been charged with the murder of 31-year-old Shaquille Chumney of East Street, Newtown, which occurred on April 15th at the Newtown Fisheries Complex. Samuel also faces charges of possession of a firearm and possession of ammunition, both charges taking place on May 28 between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. According to the police, Samuel's charges resulted from his apprehension on May 28 during a routine mobile patrol near Hamilton's Range, St. Kitts, by officers of the Violent Crimes Unit of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. According to the police, during a traffic stop at the roundabout, Samuel exited a heavily tinted vehicle from the rear and attempted to flee through tailors. He was swiftly apprehended following a pursuit. A subsequent neighborhood search conducted by members of the Joint Security Operations Tactical Team, officers from the Special Services Unit, soldiers from the St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force, and His Majesty's Customs and Excise Department K9 unit led to the removal of a bag that Samuels had been seen carrying when he left the vehicle. The bag contained a Rutger 9mm firearm and a magazine with 15 matching rounds of ammunition. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, recently convened a meeting to discuss plans for the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season, which runs from June 1 to November 30th. During the meeting, National Disaster Emergency Response Coordinator Abdiel Samuel presented a report on the 2024 hurricane season forecast. He informed stakeholders about the preparatory work undertaken by NEMA and advised colleagues on the support needed during the season. According to a report from NEMA, Mr. Samuel expressed his satisfaction with the state of readiness of the other national security agencies and encourage all to continue to prioritize preparedness activities during the season. Attendees included Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security Glenroy Blanchett, officials from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, the St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force, and the St. Kitts and Nevis Fire and Rescue Services. NEMA and its stakeholders are also expected to exercise national response efforts to restore normalcy if the country is impacted by severe weather. In Nevis, the Christian Council, the Nevis Evangelical Association, and the Nevis Disaster Management Department, NDMD, held a collaborative church service under the theme, "Be Still, for God Will Sure Defend." At the interfaith service, individuals prayed for the safety and well-being of St. Kitts and Nevis during the hurricane season. To commemorate the start of the Atlantic hurricane season, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew emphasized the need for collaboration. Quote, "The government's all-of-society approach ensures that the most vulnerable among us are included in the nation's preparedness activities, ensuring that no one is left behind," end quote. The 2024 season is expected to be above normal, with forecasters predicting 17 to 25 named storms, including 8 to 13 hurricanes. Additionally, they anticipate that 4 to 7 of these hurricanes will reach Category 3, 4, or 5 status. Prime Minister Drew recently attributed the above normal prediction to climate change, which poses an existential threat to the region.
This year is going to be as active as it is going to be because of climate change. We will see this year an increased number of storms, the severity of the storms. We know that the name season started June 1st, but we know that we started to see the conditions for adverse weather effects even in May, as a result of two things, climate change and El Nino. El Nino is still around. So El Nino plus climate change is like adding fuel to the fire. And so this year, we can expect between 4 to 7, I think, Category 5 storm, or 3 to 11, I think, Category 3 to 5 storms. These are dangerous storms. And so I want to ask our people to prepare. NEMA has started its work. The board, we implemented for the first time a board from NEMA, which has started its work. The consultation, collaboration with the communities that have started. And I've asked NEMA to do a drill before we get to the peak of the hurricane season. Why is it important? These drills are critically important for us to do, so that in the event, we would have already have some level of practice and institutional memory in how to deal with these storms.
He further advised the public to prepare for the upcoming hurricane season by stocking up on essential supplies, ensuring properties are secured and insured, and staying informed about weather updates from the local Met Service and disaster management offices. Showing appreciation to the elderly is what Governor General de Marcella Liebert and a delegation from the Ministry of Social Development, Youth Empowerment, Aging and Disabilities undertook recently in commemoration of Centenarians' Day. On May 31st, the delegation visited the homes of 8 living centenarians. Eliza Jeffers, 104 years, is the eldest living centenarian in the Federation. Olga Jeffers, 100 years, from Camps Village, Nevis. Leonora Wenham Herbert, 100, from Bath Village, Nevis. Leontine Clark, 100 years, from Chickingstone, Gingerland, Nevis. Clarence Hendrickson Williams, 101 years, originally from Nevis, but resides at the Grange, St. Kitts. George Davis, 102 years, from Stapleton Village, St. Kitts. Esther Harris, 102, from Paris Village. And Angeline Rivan, 102 years, from Sandy Point. De Marcella Liebert, Senator Iselin Phillip, and Senator Janelle Nisbet, Minister with responsibility for development in Nevis, presented tokens of appreciation to the centenarians. The centenarians were reassured of the love, care, and appreciation that the nation has for them, recognizing their contributions.
Regionally,
The moment the flags were lowered, signaling the official end of the 4th Conference on Small Island Developing States in Antigua and Barbuda. 4 days of discussions that charted the course toward resilient prosperity for some of the world's most vulnerable states. It was a mammoth logistical exercise, the first time this country was undertaking a conference of this scale and size. United States Ambassador to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Roger Niles, was effusive in his praise of the government of Antigua and Barbuda.
I first want to start with a hearty congratulations to the people of Antigua and Barbuda. This conference has been wildly successful, and your Prime Minister Brown, and your Foreign Minister Green, and their entire teams have done a fantastic job. On behalf of President Biden, I I extend my hearty congratulations. It's really, we're so proud of you. We're happy to partner with you. The U.S. was very involved in this conference from the get-go.
Director General of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States Commission, Dr. Didacus Jules, makes it clear it has not only been historic for Antigua and Barbuda, but for the entire sub-region.
It's the largest conference of this nature held in Antigua and Barbuda. It's the largest international conference held in the OECS period. And I have to compliment the Prime Minister, the government, and the people of Antigua and Barbuda for a range of things, starting with the hospitality. As the largest conference ever held in the OECS, the levels of organization have been incredible, because to tell you the truth, when we heard Antigua was taking on that ambition, we were worried about the capacity to deal with that influx of numbers and the logistics of such an exercise. And it has been very admirably executed.
Dr. Jules is also impressed with the quality of the discussions and explains how this conference will have far-reaching benefits.
It's been an extraordinary experience, and I don't think we can heap sufficient praise and acknowledgement to the work done by the government and people of Antigua and Barbuda in hosting this conference. I think this conference will be a game changer in terms of the posture of a lot of the agencies represented here in listening more carefully and reacting to what we have been calling for.
Chairman of the Alliance of Small Island States, AOSIS, Ambassador Paula Lely Lutera, whose country Samoa hosted the last conference, also reacts.
It's not an easy task to organize this. It's not. We sort of organized this 10 years ago, and it's not easy by any chance. So even taking on that responsibility, I think shows a lot of commitment to the cause of small island developing states.
The Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations is also pleased.
I would like to thank once again the government of Antigua and Barbuda and the people for hosting this groundbreaking conference and for your beautiful hospitality throughout this week and through the many months of preparations that have led up to it. Your vision, your guidance have been invaluable, and your leadership will continue, including through the planned SIDS Center of Excellence and through all aspects of the Abbas implementation.
Prime Minister Honorable Gaston Brown is pleased with the country's hosting of the event.
Yes, we did have some support from the UN and other agencies, but for the most part it was a locally organized conference with the support of the UN, and I would say here that Antiguans and Barbudas would have demonstrated to the rest of the world the type of capacity that we have, and I just hope that we can continue this vein and to maintain the momentum. I feel as though we have lifted our performance, so this conference has been good to demonstrate the capacity of the Antiguan and Barbudan people.
Despite efforts by the Royal Grenada Police Force to crack down on illegal guns in Grenada, along with the government's move to implement stiffer penalties for the possession of illegal firearms, the justice system seems to have dropped the ball on a firearm-related case. All charges were dropped against a U.S. national who was arrested and charged in connection with several firearms found in a container shipped to Grenada in December. Despite calls to various persons seeking clarity on the matter, the news team was unable to obtain any explanation for the judgment. The question was posed this morning in a press conference with ranking officers of the RGPF. Detective Corporal Kimber Cotain, attached to the Criminal Investigation Department, responded, stating that police officers have no power over decisions made in the court.
That the criminal justice system has different components. The police has a responsibility for law enforcement, the apprehension of persons who are in conflict with the law. What happens in the domain of the court lies solely on the magistrates and the judge and their discretion. So the police will not be in a position to try to justify what happened there and to give an explanation. We deal with law enforcement and implementing those laws, and in respect to arrests and brought before a court.
When the role of the prosecution department of the Royal Grenada Police Force and presenting evidence before the court was brought into question, the officer had this to say.
To speak as to why they had no knowledge, allegedly. But what I can say that yes, the prosecution bring forth the evidence, the materials, facts. But what happens as a result of that lies on the magistrate and their discretion.
The sequence of events leading to this development traces back to December 2022, when a cache of gun and ammunition was uncovered during routine searches at the St. George's port. The items were traced back to a retired U.S. soldier residing in Grenada. He claimed innocence, asserting that some of the weapons were unknowingly shipped from his U.S. residence by a third party. Among the seized firearms were high-powered semi-automatic rifles, some of which are prohibited under local laws. When approached for a comment earlier this month on the matter, Minister for National Security, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, said he was unaware of the latest development in the case.
No, I'm not aware of that. I have not been briefed on it, but it's certainly something that I would look into. Now that you've raised it. Thank you.
Rena B. Thomas, GBN News. Despite efforts by the Royal Grenada Police Force to crack down on illegal guns in Grenada, along with the government's move to implement stiffer penalties for the possession of illegal firearms, the justice system seems to have dropped the ball on a firearm-related case. All charges were dropped against a U.S. national who was arrested and charged in connection with several firearms found in a container shipped to Grenada in December. Despite calls to various persons seeking clarity on the matter, the news team was unable to obtain any explanation for the judgment. The question was posed this morning in a press conference with ranking officers of the RGPF. Detective Corporal Kimber Cotain, attached to the Criminal Investigation Department, responded, stating that police officers have no power over decisions made in the court.
That the criminal justice system has different components. The police has a responsibility for law enforcement, the apprehension of persons who are in conflict with the law. What happens in the domain of the court lies solely on the magistrates and the judge and their discretion. So the police will not be in a position to try to justify what happened there and to give an explanation. We deal with law enforcement and implementing those laws, and in respect to arrests and brought before a court.
When the role of the prosecution department of the Royal Grenada Police Force and presenting evidence before the court was brought into question, the officer had this to say.
To speak as to why they had no knowledge, allegedly. But what I can say that yes, the prosecution bring forth the evidence, the materials, facts. But what happens as a result of that lies on the magistrate and their discretion.
The sequence of events leading to this development traces back to December 2022, when a cache of gun and ammunition was uncovered during routine searches at the St. George's port. The items were traced back to a retired U.S. soldier residing in Grenada. He claimed innocence, asserting that some of the weapons were unknowingly shipped from his U.S. residence by a third party. Among the seized firearms were high-powered semi-automatic rifles, some of which are prohibited under local laws. When approached for a comment earlier this month on the matter, Minister for National Security, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, said he was unaware of the latest development in the case.
No, I'm not aware of that. I have not been briefed on it, but it's certainly something that I would look into. Now that you've raised it. Thank you.
Rena B. Thomas, GBN News.
Internationally,
Claudia Sheinbaum's electoral triumph may not have been unexpected, but the massive extent of her victory was. The first woman to be elected president of Mexico won with more votes than any other candidate by a landslide.
This is a recognition of Mexican people and our political program. And for the first time in 200 years, we have a woman as a president of Mexico. As I've said before, I am not arriving alone. We women arrive together.
The popularity and support of current President Andrés Manuel López Obrador is largely responsible for Sheinbaum's win. She's a scientist, a former Mexico City mayor, and founder of the governing left-wing Morena party. In fact, López Obrador had singled her out as his preferred successor years ago. Unlike the president, Sheinbaum has generated expectations that she will fight for women's rights and address violence against females in Mexico, where femicides are the highest per capita in the Western Hemisphere.
As women, this means a lot. It means breaking through the glass ceiling that we've had for centuries. It means, at least for me, breaking the stereotype that a woman cannot take a leadership role.
Sheinbaum promises to continue the president's social programs, but critics are worried that she will also push other policies seen by many as authoritarian.
Certainly on the campaign trail, Claudia Sheinbaum fully endorsed López Obrador's policies, his model, his proposed constitutional reforms, and those represent his efforts to really weaken some democratic checks and balances in Mexico, to centralize power in the federal executive branch, to further militarize power within and beyond the security sphere.
The election campaign itself was marred by unprecedented levels of violence. Election day also saw people killed and polling stations attacked, during the country's mounting security crisis. Mexico's next president will have her work cut out for her.
But supporters' overwhelming support for President López Obrador may not be as easily transferred to Sheinbaum. She will have to strike a delicate balance between keeping her promise to follow his doctrine, while at the same time trying to find her own voice. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Mexico City.
Record high temperatures, both in the sea and on land, devastating floods and storms, and intense drought. These extreme weather events are often worsened by the El Niño weather phenomenon. That, along with its opposite state, known as La Niña, significantly alter the global climate. El Niño can be identified through different measurements, mainly the warming of sea temperatures at the surface. It's declared when temperatures in the tropical eastern Pacific Ocean rise 0.5 degree Celsius above average. It peaks around Christmas, hence the name, meaning Christ child, given centuries ago by fishermen from Peru. La Niña, or the girl, the opposite side of the cycle, brings cooler than average sea temperatures. They fall around 3 to 5 degrees below average. That brings cooler, drier weather to the tropical eastern Pacific. 2023 was the hottest year on record, boosted by El Niño conditions, on top of human-induced climate change, and that warmth continued into 2024. The latest forecast from the World Meteorological Organization gives a 50% chance of staying in a state of neutrality or moving into La Niña within the next 3 months. And that chance increases to 60% between July and September of going into La Niña, and moves further up to 70% between August and November.
The conditions now are more warming. So in the background, although La Niña is the cooling in the central and eastern Pacific Ocean, but it's happening in the background of the global warming. So one thing we can say, the overall system is getting warmer, although La Niña might slow down slightly, temporarily, the global warming. But it might not get us back to where we were 10 years ago.
The past 9 years have been the Earth's warmest on record. And that's despite the cooling influence of La Niña that came before this latest El Niño. And that was one of the 5 strongest ever known. Scientists say they are not expecting any significant change to global temperatures brought on by the upcoming shift in climate. Everton Fox, Al Jazeera.
That was the WINNFM Headline News. The Headline News was brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured. Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune in to On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WINNFM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Biff Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Biff Mills on WINNFM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball.
Found the sound 99.9 FM.
It's 12:31, and we are back for the second half of Voices, brought to you by Hosford's. Those of you just sat through our headline news. Hopefully that will serve as a base for points of discussion in the remaining minutes of voices. Well, let's go hear from Hosfords and come back and take your calls.
Horsford's Value Mart IGA is helping you spend less and save more. How, you ask? Essential Everyday and Equiline. Spend less on our Essential Everyday products and get the best quality, the best taste, and the best value. Spend less for all your family health and beauty needs with the Equiline brand of over-the-counter products. Horsford's Value Mart IGA is helping you spend less. With our Essential Everyday products and Equiline over-the-counter health and beauty care products. Shop smart and spend less at Value Mart, where price matters most.
And we are back. Yeah, we are back. That's the sound. The sound I have on my phone kind of sounds like feedback, but no, that's just. I need to change it though because we're talking to one of the engineers. Yeah. So I'm gonna go straight back to the phone lines because I can see you guys are rearing and ready to go. Voices, you're on the air.
Hey, Jamster.
Hey, what's up?
Yes, Charles here. A question, Jamster. Have the police high command give you all any update on the gun amnesty that recently just ended?
Well, yes. Yeah, as it happens, I was actually just a few minutes ago, I was looking, just before the news, I was looking at a story here which said that apparently they only collected one gun, so one weapon. So
That's rather interesting.
Why?
And when Unity was in, Unity had a gun amnesty and they collected about 45 guns in that gun amnesty. Mind you, it was longer, eh? It was longer, but they collected about 45 guns during that gun amnesty.
It says here they collected 30 guns and well, I don't know if this was one. I don't know if they had more than one, but I'm reading something here. It says a testament to unity and progress. 30 guns and 73 rounds of ammunition surrendered on August 2019.
Okay.
I'm looking for. I did see a story about the just ended amnesty, and it did say there was one gun. Okay, so here it is. PM Drew's 15-day gun amnesty concludes with only one firearm turned in amidst multiple robberies, shootings, and the 14th homicide. So, yeah, to your point, yeah, one gun.
Yeah, okay. Now, here is it that Labour supporters and Labour candidates, which is now in government, complained bitterly during the Unity reign that Unity was giving gangsters money and they use the money to buy guns. But here now is this. Unity do a gun amnesty and you see how much guns collected, right? And as they say, Unity was paying the gangsters them money to buy guns. Now here is it. Labour now in power. Murder rates skyrocketing. Let's put it how they put it. They take away the gangsters' money. They do a gun amnesty and only one gun they was able to collect it. So we must look and do the math and see which program was working better or is working better. Now, the other thing is concerning that fire in St. Paul's on Friday morning, right? The people complain that they could have out that fire and stop it from doing that large amount of damage here, but when they got to the pipe, no water was there. And the people in St. Paul's are complaining that if you reach home 8 o'clock at night in St. Paul's, there is no water for you to use and to do all the necessary things. And they are alleging that the water does be turned off after so many years and allegedly diverted to the Ramada Hotel. That's what they are complaining in St. Paul's. Right? So we have to look. Oh, the other thing is they're saying that they were calling 911. The neighbors and friends who awoke because of the fire was calling 911 to get the Sandy Point fire truck to be there and its workers. And it takes so long, neighbors had to jump in the vehicle, rush to Sandy Point and get the fire truck to St. Paul's by the fire. By the time they reached, 2 houses were in flames. And everything the gentleman and his wife lost. And including the gentleman being burned bad enough so he could be hospitalized. And up to yesterday afternoon, 5 o'clock, I was told by my agents down there that the gentleman was still hospitalized. And have not seen the representative up to that point and time yesterday, 5 o'clock. I gone jam, sir.
Okay. All right, Cal. Yeah, Cal always seems to have his hand on the pulse, doesn't he? So we're moving right along. Let me see. So apparently only one gun was collected during the gun amnesty. You guys also know that PAM just named its first female leader, Natasha Shani Gray. And in addition, they also elected a new chairman, Sheldon Pemberton. Azad Gums was elected as deputy leader, along with Lincoln David Pell. Yes, so that has gone on. So I await your calls, and of course we can't neglect to point out that Shani is the first female leader of a political party. So in St. Kitts Nevis. So that's a major triumph for women. And we move back to the phone lines. Voices, you're on the air. Okay. Okay, caller, you can call back. I was just trying to take that call, and it seems as though that person. Okay, here we go again. Voices, you're on the air.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jamster.
Mm-hmm.
Now here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see your dog in your yard? It's a danger. Your dog could kill a man. Yeah. You see, like, the fish you're going to eat some barracuda and the poison, that could kill you. The shark attack you, kill you. You listen to me?
Yeah, I am.
I'm gone. Let me put it this way. Guns do not kill. People kill. A gun is like your knife or your hammer or a big stone. Is a weapon. What Timothy Harrison they did was address the social ills that was causing us is causing us to cause harm on one another. It's distress. We ain't trying to kill one another, you know. Ain't nobody trying to kill nobody. Everybody is trying to survive. This administration thought that the unity administration was paying people to keep the peace. It's ridiculous. You can't stop a man from doing what you want to do. What you can do is things to ease the pressure. So a man ain't gonna go rob a man. A man ain't gonna think of killing to feed the baby. How we gonna eat tomorrow? No. The social issues that cause the crime and violence is what the unity administration addressed. The present administration think it was the money. And so we end up now with more problem than you had before. Your people is danger, is not no gun. Is the reason why the man them killing. Why are we killing one another? It's a state of mind, it's a mental condition. That is what has to be addressed. Bless up.
Okay. Let me make one correction. Someone just pointed out, yes, that a female is the leader of the NRP. So this would be the first for St. Kitts, but second for the country as a whole. So I'll just have to make that correction. So Natasha Shani Gray is the first female leader of a political party in St. Kitts, but NRP also has a female leader. Caller, go right ahead.
Oh, damn stuff. I listened
Hi.
to one of your news there where you play, right, about the gun and
Yeah.
the judge literally letting the person go. The officer said the judge used his discretion. I had to ask myself, what's the point of passing stiff penalty laws if even the judge not even abiding by the laws that they go and pass? Because, and I asked myself, was it a local? Was he going to have that same discretion with the locals? Or was he going to lose that local under the jail cell?
Yeah.
Because when you're looking at Caribbean, these judges, they go from court to court throughout the Caribbean. It's a question that I'm asking myself, because then if this person was found with so much weapon and then he said, oh, it was shipped to him, or by accident, somebody accidentally took a barrel and put gun in it and sent it to you. That don't make no sense, Jamster. But it's the Caribbean we'll be talking about. Think about it. Just food for thought.
Okay. Thanks. On to the next caller. Caller, go right ahead. Voices. Okay. Think we may have missed that one. So, feel free to call back, caller. Or I'm gonna go to the break now. Then it's 12:45. Good time to hear from our sponsor of the second half, Hosford's.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Hey, it's your boy SA. Here's your Value Mart Idea Specials, running May 30th to June 12th. Now, our Value Club Blue Tag Specials. General Mills cereals, $14.99. Purex liquid detergent, $15.99. Almond Breeze milk, $9.99. Starkey's tuna water and oil, $3.99. Wishbone salad dressing, $11.99. Stonewich ice cream bars, $19.99. And now, our very low weekly value deals. Ideal Essential Everyday Peanut Butter, $8.99. Essential Everyday Oats, quick and old fashioned, $15.99. Ideal Essential Everyday Salt, plain and iodized, $4.89. Biofine Shampoo and Conditioner, $5.49. Arm & Hammer Deodorant, $8.99. Ideal Essential Everyday Mac and Cheese, $2.99. Shop smart, shop Value Mart.
and we get back to the phone. Voices, you're on the air. Go right ahead.
Yes. Good morning, man. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. I wanted to touch base. Yeah, as I did say this morning that the new leader of PAM is the first female on Sinkers. You know, he made that clear this morning.
Yes.
And I'm happy that somebody actually pointed out that there's a leader of NLP, the lady. But on the Sinkers side, it's the first time, and I'm happy to see that happen. You know, like me, who have been talking about getting some of the oldsters out of there. You know, we want to thank Dr. Sean Richards for his service, but I'm happy that changes are being made now, and it's actually happening with the PAM party, and we have to give them kudos for that. You know, and Azari, he's going to get a turn, himself. And going forward, I really want to see more new people coming into the fold so we can get more ideas. You know what I mean? It's time for politicians to move aside. And in the civil service and in those positions, there are a lot of advisors who have already done 20 years in public service. I believe those persons should move aside as well, because in most cases, some of those persons are retirees. You know what I mean? They got pensions coming to them already. You know, what happened to our educated young people who went away to school, and came back and looking for some of these top positions? You know, I want to see PAM move in that direction to, put some of those young people, persons who's qualified in those positions in the near future. Different than that, right before the break, quickly before you go to the next caller, somebody asked about the MSR court documents. They are all available on Google. Once you punch in MSR Media RICO case filed in Florida, it will all pop right up. And I would encourage every citizen in Sinkers and Nevis to get hold of those court documents and read them through. And then we will see where the level of degree of corruption is in our own country. And one thing I wanted to point out is who is going to do the investigation. Is the AG going to do an investigation to see if there was any criminal element? Because one thing I noticed about the Prime Minister, the timeline, when he came in, he said that they did an initial investigation. That initial investigation, if they find out wrongdoings were being done, and if there was a legal framework there, a criminal framework that was there before the Prime Minister and get him, if they found out persons were doing wrong things, they should have been charges against those persons. And I don't see why it took MSR Media to file a suit, and they're not the owners of the CBI. Why our own government did not file claims in court to protect our own CBI program. And that's my question that I wanted to ask.
Okay. Caller? Hello? Okay, I guess he just wanted to. Voices, you're on the air.
Hey, my boy, Jamster.
Mm-hmm.
Concerning that case with the judge and the guns, the American gentleman, the judge ain't used no discretion, or you stop put it like that. The prosecution did not prove the case beyond a shadow of any doubt. There was plenty doubt, and the judge had to judge on the lots of doubt that the prosecution portrayed before the court. The defense shows that their client is not guilty of what he was charged for. The prosecution could not prove or deny that. So the judge had to judge on the grounds of what was presented before the court, not on his own. So people looked into that. The prosecution did not prove without a shadow of a doubt that this man brought these guns into Grenada. The defense proved that. So the case had to go the defense way. Just that to clear up a little thing there, because people are saying that countries are making stiffer laws and judges are using their discretion. No, The judges judge on what is presented and what is heard and what evidence and exhibit is presented before the judges are judged, and they judge on that. Are gone.
Okay. All right. It's 8 minutes until 1 o'clock. As wait for your calls. So I wanted to. Okay, let's go back to the phone lines. Voices, you're on the air.
John, sir, good afternoon.
Hey, what's up?
Easy, good afternoon to all the listeners. Well, me here from my brother culture and me here from my sister USA representing Canada, so me feel good. We need to hear from me positive caller now. Jamster, what is Grenada business they call talk about it just now?
You talking about this? You talking about the court case, right? I guess you're talking about the CBI stuff.
CBI?
Yeah, the case that was filed in Florida court.
Oh, with the CBI? Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, I represent in Canary. Glad to hear your voice. Jumps a shout up, if Sharon, I listen, shout up Sharon Richards to me. Maybe listen on. Okay then.
Oh, that's it? Okay. How is it going over there?
Good. Well, you know, I will gear up for election.
Oh, really? When?
So, well, it's due this year.
Oh, okay.
Due this year, but
I know you guys. A few months ago, we were discussing different electoral systems, and I remember I mentioned to Azad that I know Montserrat has a kind of unusual system, but I couldn't remember. The particulars. You wanna fill us in on how your system works? One 9 candidates, one individual could vote for 9 candidates. Yes, that's what I was trying to remember. So me, I can vote for as many of them as I want.
9, but not put on 10, otherwise you
well, that's interesting. So
right?
is it a ranked choice? Is it ranked choice or?
The reason for that only because of one constituency.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, one constituency.
So is it ranked choice?
Yeah, well, they want to change them, but to me the best.
Okay.
But they want to change them because you see, with this, you know, the health minister for the whole country. The finance of the whole country, the minister of public works, the minister for the whole country. Which you know, like your system now, the health minister kinda constituency 6. So then now maybe he works the road. So next thing now 6 I get fixed up and the rest then I get fixed up. You get that? Right.
That's interesting.
But, you know, but with how we know is that after every election, we not got no controversy and so forth and so. Our election fair. Yeah, because what happened now? The electoral commission are tied to they're independent. They're not tied to no government. No, you get that?
Yes.
Right, and the office open every day. You can go in and ask some questions, and then come on the radio and then got regular stuff, and then I go in on this point here. What me love is that, you see, when they come around, go register you. If you're not there, your house, Jamster. Okay, Jamster, me and your brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you are the guy, you know, that I go come around and make sure that me say where me live, and you know catch me where me live. Even if you meet me now in a supermarket, you can't register me. You can't register me there, you know. You have to meet me home. So suppose you meet me in a supermarket and you say, boy, me check your house couple times. You hear? You check me house couple times, so you know where me live.
Mm-hmm.
But you still got to make an arrangement. What time you go meet you home? Because you must catch me home. You get that?
Mm-hmm.
And if you never catch me home, you got all right to take my name off of the list. You get that?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Right. So then and therefore, I will not got no dead individual vote. Your name can't on the list twice. You catch me? So at the end of the day, when the election done, everybody feel good.
Okay.
Because we feel good, free and fair, and nobody from overseas can come go vote. If as long as you overseas, you can get half a much can belong to you. But you live overseas, your name can't on the register. You get that?
Yeah.
You have to come home on a certain time before the election to satisfy the Electoral Commission. You get that?
Yeah.
Right. So I will feel good. When every election is done. And we can done predict you that we can done predict already that the government of power now they will be changed in the next election. Oh. Okay then, John.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool. But thanks for clearing. Yes, thanks for clearing up that for me. Okay.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting system, I think. I know there's a few other cities, municipalities in some countries have that ranked choice type of voting where you can vote for more than one person. Caller, go right ahead.
Yeah, hey, Dumpster. I just wanted to indicate to you that it seems like Carl is talking about a different case. You know, to the caller from Montserrat there. Carl is talking about something down in Grenada. I'm talking about the MSR media case. But I did get through most of what I wanted to say. And my big question is, and the Prime Minister said he did that initial investigation. You know, obviously they found out that there were wrongs being done with that CBI program. And, you know, we just can't be brushing this stuff under the rug, man, because if we do, the status quo remains. You know, before this administration comes in, there must have been some type of legal framework to protect this CBI program and to stop persons from any wrongdoing. You know, that is the part which is going to be a criminal element. You know what I mean? And it seems like they're saying that whatever framework is there, underselling of the passports is going to be a criminal offense. And if this is the stuff that they found out initially, and they did not bring that to the public needs to be aware of that, because it now takes this MSR case to fully bring all of the allegations. Let me put it like that. All of the allegations that's listed in that court documents, bro, is extensive, man. And I'm encouraging everybody to get a hold of these documents and read them thoroughly, because this administration came in, or there was a lot of talk before about scandals. And to me, this got to be the icing on the cake, man. This is the biggest scandal that I ever heard, you know, since I've been back in tune with this political stuff in St. Leavers. And, you know, there's a lot of persons that's defending, and there's a lot of persons that don't want to even talk about it because these persons, they're financial beneficiaries. And the citizens, man, they got to stand up for their own justice, man, and their own rights. You know what I mean? Persons are only defending because they're benefiting financially. They don't want to speak up against these wrongdoings, and we cannot just sweep this underneath the rug. This is a big national issue. We're talking about our national asset, the CBI program, man. And if this program goes down, St. Kitts and Nevis is going to take a big downfall. And these persons got to be held accountable, man, for the wrongdoings that wrongdoings were being done. And I'm focusing on the criminal element. There must be some type of criminal element involved with this document of these court proceedings. And the AG must look into this stuff, man. And the Prime Minister must direct the AG to do a probe and an investigation to uncover such. And persons need to be brought and be held accountable, man. And that's my contribution, man. I really thank you for your time, bro.
Yes.
Have a good day, man.
Okay, great. Okay, 2 minutes after 1 o'clock. This is a good time to take a break and hear from Households.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Horsford's Value Mart IGA is helping you spend less and save more. How, you ask? Essential Everyday and Equiline. Spend less on our Essential Everyday products and get the best quality, the best taste, and the best value. Spend less for all your family health and beauty needs with the Equiline brand of over-the-counter products. Horsford's Value Mart IGA is helping you spend less with our Essential Everyday products and Equiline over-the-counter health and beauty care products. Shop smart and spend less at Value Mart, where price matters most.
And we're back from the break. It's 4 minutes after 1 o'clock. Voices, you're on here.
Hey, good afternoon, Jamster.
Hey, what's up?
Very good afternoon. Jamster called to share some concerns I have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, during the carnival and the festive season, collectors usually do some connections. They'll take a wire and connect it to the main line up top. They bring this black line down so that boot holders and whatever.
Yeah.
Connect into that for electricity. I observed between Saturday and today, Jamster, there's one down under the Cochrane entry there going into Posante where most people sit there in the cool and hang out. There's a wire coming from the substation they have there by the Chinese building there. And it's just there basically on the ground. And one of the wires is disconnected from inside the little box. And it's just there hanging. My concern is somebody could be passing there with a child or whatnot and touch the wire and they get electrocuted. There's another one on Central Street right where Parish Pharmacy was. It's just there basically just on the sidewalk laying down, coming down to the side of the building, maybe about a foot from the ground. There's another one there on the corner of the Bay Road and 4th Street by the bank there, the Blast Bank, where you press the button to cross the road to go over by the post office. There's another one there. I am wondering, these things, if you happen to be passing by a child or somebody taking with a bad feeling, just stretch out the whole arm, the fingers could go into those boxes. You understand? I am wondering, when Skellig have these boxes, why don't they put them, hang them up on the post about 10 feet, 12 feet above, where there is not much reach, you understand? There's another one again on West Independence Square Street, right between Chesley Hamilton office and the other building there for CDC. And calling on Skellig, calling on the authorities, please to be careful with these wires if somebody could go there.
I indicated the spot that I see over the weekend between today and Saturday. If somebody could go and try to put these wires up out of harm's way. Thank you.
Okay, that's a good call. Yeah, that's definitely a good call. We can't have that. I know. Sometimes there was a similar issue there on East Square Street. Sometime when I walked down, that might have been. It could have been a telephone cable, but no, it was an electrical cable. But I knew it was not connected. But stuff like that, we really need to pay more attention to stuff like that. It's amazing to me how much evolving we have to do when it comes to elevating safety to religion levels. Honestly, I mean, we do terribly. And in the same area, I think right below that, where that same cable was, there was for the longest time a lamppost. I think might have been a lamppost was, I think, uprooted. I think it maybe broke, and you had out be walking past the Catholic hall there, and the broken off the post probably broke off maybe about, let's say, 8 inches above the pavement, above the sidewalk, and that was there for the longest time. And I would walk by and go, how is it the authorities, the church even, people don't look at this and realize that this is a hazard. Someone can walk here and trip. But eventually they've I think it's been about a month now since they've uprooted it, and so it's nice and flat. They haven't paved it yet, just dirt. But okay, so they've actually uprooted it. But we are way behind when it comes to taking safety seriously, public safety seriously. Caller, go right ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jamster.
Hey.
Yeah, and good afternoon, big brother there, Mount boy. I ain't hear you for a long time. Nice hearing your voice. Jamster, let me tell you something. If a person has a business and they got a gun, whether it's licensed or not, I don't think they should be exposing it, showing the whole world that they got a gun. Because if the person there happens to go in an area, let's say an area where they call ghetto area, and a younger man there doing what they're doing illegally, and they see you come in there and they know you got one, somebody gonna leg up on you first, because they don't know what you come in here for, and they don't know what you have. So all who got them thing there, don't expose them. Now, 5.5 years ago to be exact, an ex-custom officer told me that there is an individual in St. Kitts who like to box police in the face and break nose, has a business, and when boats come in that area, there is a diver who goes out to that ship in a little boat and dive underneath the boat and loose off what is tied on in the boat and bring it ashore. Well, we want to know what time the custom officers them does close at work for the day. That kind of action could happen, because it is an ex-custom officer told me that 5.5 years ago, and that custom officer is a very, very reliable person. So therefore, when they're going around to certain places where they feel like guns coming in because where there is a nice bay that they could come in with what they got, they're going to come in there. And guns come in at our legal ports of entry. But it's how they search who and how thoroughly they search when they're searching. You can't take nothing for granted and say, oh, that woman is a big woman in the community, or that man is a big man, so he ain't going to bring in them thing, my Lego. He ain't going to bring them in. He ain't going to bring the devils surprised to see what they bring in. It ain't the man who look like raggedy, shaggedy alone going to bring in illegal things. Decent people who look decent in the dress to impress you, that they ain't in them kind of thing. And them, they don't do it. So therefore, we ain't going to get rid of a gun easily like that. unless they ain't go around and check the whole shores around the islands, a lot of that they're going to get away. And that man who like to walk knows, he believe well then that the whole island that he won, so he could do people as he like, with his stupidness, and get away. And who does go there go check him? Who? Anyway, Jamsto, have a good day, boy. Time going.
Okay. 12 minutes after 1 o'clock. As Voices continues. Continue to wait for your calls. There are lots of... okay, here we go. Back to the phone line. Voices, go right ahead.
Hi, Jamster, good afternoon.
Hey, what's up?
Good. I'm Brimstone Hill, enjoying the breeze at Brimstone Hill.
Nice.
Jamster, I'm on the tour, and I have frequented the Southeastern Peninsula the past day or two. I think around Friday or thereabouts, there was a little small accident, but as you come back over from the southeastern end, as you leave the top of the Timothy's Hill, coming down on the left, as you would be on the left side, there is like this culvert, like semi-hydrant cover, a concrete slab. I'm trying to imagine how it got like slanted, twisted, but certain portion is in the roadway. So there are these two visible. Those things when those guys doing the road work, they put them in the street to get better protection. Cones. There are these two cones. And for the life of me, from the time that the authority would have noticed that this cover, hydrant cover, this concrete slab, was, for whatever reason, how it got, part of it is in the road. You would have thought that they would have organized logistics, which is not rocket science to organize, because they have equipment that could go there and remedy it, put it back where it was. And I love the roadway, the portion of the road. Those of us who will be coming over the south, from over the southeast, to use what we're paying for as persons who pay wheel tax without any hiccups or, without any hazard. And I'm wondering why no one has gotten like anyone has been contracted. Is it so difficult for them to budget for or to come up with something that they could contract somebody who have such equipment to put back the slab where it belongs and for the road to move, the traffic to move, flow smoothly. I said that on the heels of what the caller just calling on, as to say, well, why are we waiting for the worst to happen before we could avoid it from happening? Those who use the word can attest to what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to put a plug to that. Also, down at the Christoph Harbor, I went down there twice for the week. Some guests that will come in and use the Christoph Harbor Marina from anchoring in White House Bay with the small yachts, the sailboats. And I always say to the taxi drivers who operate for the guests that they would move from the airport to Christoph Harbor Marina and back for the Four Seasons Hotel. Why is it that none of you can speak to the authorities down at Christoph Harbor to remedy the potholes, the big ponds in the road going down to Christopher Harbour. All these guys have their brand new vehicles. And I don't think they like running into those water to messing up their tires all the time like that. But they are quiet. It doesn't seem like it bothers them. But the little few times that I have been going down to Christopher Harbour Marina, it has bothered me. And like how it bothered me when the Christopher Harbour had this foliage way over in the road, and I had to lend my voices to the call to really send out an appeal to Christopher Harbour. I am doing it again. Christopher Harbour, your maintenance crew, they are responsible for such like. Go and throw some gravels in those two big bad panhole ponds that you have down in your road down there leading to the Christopher Harbour Marina. I am talking to you, Christopher Harbour. Stop insulting the guests that are coming here and would patronize your marina, and the guests that's supposed to be going over and from the airport to the Four Seasons Hotel, and all of the other guests that were coming by the small boat them to your harbor. Come on, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to fix the slab in the road coming from the southeast. Also, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to fix the backpan ponds in your road leading down to the marina. Thanks for listening.
Okay, great. Okay, it's 1:18. Let's get a word from our sponsors. Hospits.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Hey, it's your boy SA. Here's your Value Mart Idea Specials, running May 30th to June 12th. Now, our Value Club Blue Tag Specials. General Mills cereals, $14.99. Purex liquid detergent, $15.99. Almond Breeze milk, $9.99. Starkey's tuna water and oil, $3.99. Wishbone salad dressing, $11.99. Stonewich ice cream bars, $19.99. And now, our very low weekly value deals. Idea and Essential Everyday Peanut Butter, the $8.99. Essential Everyday Oats, quick and old fashioned, $15.99. Idea and Essential Everyday Salt, plain and iodized, $4.89. Biofile shampoo and conditioner, $5.49. Arm & Hammer deodorant, $8.99. Idea and Essential Everyday Mac and Cheese, $2.99. Shop smart, shop Value Mart.
And we're back. We go straight back to the phone lines. Caller, go right ahead.
Yeah. You know what I was wondering? I was trying to figure out what's the going price on the stock exchange, the international market, for a passport slash citizenship, so one can determine whether, whatever the case, this case is, underselling or overselling. You get the question. Bless up me.
Okay. It's a good question. Okay. Well, if anyone knows, you can call or message me. Let me know. Voices, you're on the air. Hello, Voices, you're on the air.
Johnson.
Hi.
Pertaining with culture, I want to back up on story. Not the story culture, not about no boat and custom officer and so forth. Not about that. Right? But listen here. Me in our country, no Montserrat and another federation. So then two country they roll out. Me do some work for one family of mine. Put some pillar on the house, build some steps, and don't septic. Me send them on one beach that me not some stone there. Put you down in the septic tank. And a split seconds when come back, camster. When come back. I said, wait. I full up the something so quick. They said, no boy. I scatter for life. So while in the some guys come down, people like that know. Every man with a peace pan inside. I want you to come in and they say, move out, someone come in. So then jump to the vehicle and they head back. And you know where the police station be? The police station less than 3 minutes drive on the beach. So you see, evil all around. And as well as the queen head got price. Man, I go to evil. That's my little bit Jamster. Okay then.
All right, cool. Okay. We have 8 minutes left. I'm hungry. I could use some lunch right now. At this point, it's brunch because didn't really have any breakfast, so not good. I know, but keep your calls coming. Voices, you are on the air.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, I just wanted to express try to get some clarification. I was walking in town the other day on Central Street with a polo store nearby, and I noted some rather graphic posters advertising some adult clubs in St. Kitts, and I mean, it leaves very little to the imagination, and I think about the children who access that walkway all the time, and I note them down by the West Line bus terminal. So I wanted to know if there is anything that speaks about what kind of material can be advertised in such a graphic way. The wording and then the pictures was just too much. And I just think about the children, that some kind of, censoring needs to be in effect, and I don't know if that exists.
Wow. Yeah, it would have been nice if could you tell me where I would see these?
So opposite floor on Central Street, if you're going up 4th Street, right where the polo store is on that side, the Paris Pharmacy used to be there years ago.
Okay.
So there's a whole, and then opposite the Westline bus terminal where I think Miss Gwenny's shop used to be, coming up to Island Bakery, they're all plastered there as well.
Okay.
And the roundabout coming up from the Catholic Church, straight ahead, the posters are there as well. So very prominent positions.
Okay.
The wording and the graphics is just, should be censored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what I just wanted to put that out there. Hopefully the authorities are listening.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, I did see the ones. I have to take another look. Actually, I remember pausing. I wonder if it's the exact same imagery that they're using at all those 3 locations. But I remember actually pausing at Baker's Corner to look at those. There was something that made me stop to look. I don't remember what it was. But we seem to be approaching this point where anything goes, and you can kind of understand why. I mean, Donnelly was relating a situation she had on Rosemary Lane, and she talked about, these guys saying, "Oh, don't you guys have anything better to do than to harass the guy?" And the guy, to his credit, actually said, "No, she's right. She's doing her job." But I was just thinking, these are the kind of regulations that need to be looked into in terms of having them to begin with. I don't know if we have regulations and they're just not enforced. Caller, go right ahead.
Yeah, Jamster. Yeah, Jamster. A question to the last caller that call and talk about the strip clubs advertising the posters in different locations on 4th Street and all over they advertise. I just see them on Facebook, I see them on people's status and so. Right? My question is to her, right? What would she say of Jubilee Morning and Parade Day in St. Kitts Nevis and Culturama and all those other festivals that happens around the Federation and the next to nothing costume, which is bat suit, a little feathers, and a banner that we all now saying it's our carnival parade and it's our carnival or festival Jubilee morning. What would she say to that? You see my question?
Yeah.
Because thousands of children are being tongue parade there. Thousands does be all about Jubilee morning and the carnival them. And if you see, every year we are using less and less cloth and very little string now. So we are almost naked. The last thing we are to go to now is painting our bodies naked and go out into the street. We're not too far from that.
But hasn't that started already?
Yes. So that my question is to her, what would she say? Would she question the Carnival Committee and all those other festivals around the Federation that happens throughout the year? Because, you know, our Carnival and festival start from January to January. And we have parade there and we have Jubilee morning, and we are having thousands of children, adults, Christians, you know, no backup, right? And everybody is out there watching it. And if you stay at home, you're still watching it on TV, you're watching it on Facebook, and you're watching it on all electronic media. So what would she say to that? Would she ask all these organizations to upgrade their performance and their dressing? That's my question to her.
Yeah, you raise a good point. I mean, if you're gonna take exception to let's say nudity, semi-nudity in 2D, I'd like to know what her reaction is to it in 3D, meaning in the flesh. No pun intended, but Cal makes a good point. I mean, you can have it in the flesh at any one of these functions we have these days. Not even just Juve and so on. So yeah, Cal raises a good question. So interesting to hear what everyone thinks about that. We have pretty much 1 minute. If someone happens to call in the next 10-15 seconds, I'll take it. But looks like that's going to do it for as we head into the last minute of Voices. A lot of questions being raised and points made. And certainly we'll continue this on Wednesday. Let's take the last call. Caller, go right ahead. Voices.
The last call here in Jamsto. A question.
Yeah.
I just hear the Lotto organization, the Lotto players that be advertising, come and buy the Lotto, the quick pick and all what they have to offer. And they're saying you have to be 21 years and over. But Jamster, that's a joke. Because when you go to buy the Lotto ticket, they don't ask for no IDs. Now, what if you send your 18-year-old daughter or son or niece or nephew to buy a Lotto ticket? You just come up with some random number and you send your niece or your nephew or whoever. They're 18, 16, 17. And they happen to win the Lotto. What is the Lotto place is going to say? They have to wait till they're 21 to receive the money? Because they don't ask for no ID. You just go in and give them your numbers and buy your Lotto ticket. But then now, you family member win the Lotto who is under 21. What they're going to tell the person that they have to wait till they're 21 to receive the money because they did not ask for no ID? That's a question because I hear them advertising it all the time. And I say I would ask the question. I gone.
Okay. That's another good point, Cal raised. So hopefully those will be raised. I hope Cal will raise those points at another time, either maybe Island T or on Voices in subsequent days. Okay. So that's going to do it for today's edition of Voices. Socrates couldn't make it today. Okay, let me squeeze in this last call. Call, go right ahead. Please make it quick. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Next carnival, you know what we're going to see? Sorry about that.
Go ahead. Next carnival we're going to see.
Next carnival, you know what we're going to see? Naked people.
I wouldn't be surprised.
People going to be naked.
I would not be surprised.
Believe me. All they're going to have on their skin is some paint.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And we're going to enjoy it. Are we getting close there? You know?
I know the guys will enjoy it for sure.
We're getting close there.
Yeah.
People don't just paint up the skin. Carnival.
True.
No clothes.
True.
Because if you look at the carnival now, you almost seen them naked.
Yep.
You almost seen them naked. So I'm saying that soon they're just gonna paint the skin. No clothes.
Yeah, I don't doubt you.
Believe me.
Yeah.
Believe me. I'm going down in the age. But I'm gonna see it. I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
Naked people in town.
Okay, we gotta leave it there. So you doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good. Nice to hear your voice.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay, we gotta do it there. We had the champ on the last call. So that's gonna do it for. That's a great way to end Voices. So Voices returns on Wednesday, and Socrates should be in on a Wednesday. So we look forward to that. And this is Jamsa signing off. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Found the sound 98.9
Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere. Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere.
Comprehensive disaster management is about every one of us being ready to manage any natural or man-made event